What is going on, guys? Miles here, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the main changes which were made with patch 1.14, which came out yesterday for Black Ops 4. With this update launched the new Shamrock event, but I feel like that was a little bit disappointing, so I'm not going to spend too much time covering it in this video because it mainly consisted of a microtransaction bundle, but there were some other changes which were made to the three main modes which I'll be covering in this video. And I would say Blackout got the better end of this update when you compare it to multiplayer and zombies, so that's what I'm going to be starting with in this video. The first change which was made to Blackout, you might have noticed already, is the spring update, and they basically changed the design of the map a little bit just to fit the spring season which will be coming up soon, which is quite a nice change, but it's not going to affect your gameplay too much. However, a new mode was added into Blackout called Hardcore mode, which does sound quite interesting and I'm looking forward to trying it. Basically, in Hardcore mode you have no heads-up display, no armor, vehicles or zombies within Blackout, and the only way you can see where the zone is via these helicopters which will be dropping flares around the map. This game mode does sound a lot of fun, and I'm pretty sure you do still have 150 health, because if you only had like 30 health like Hardcore in multiplayer, that would be pretty absurd. So I think the health is the same, but all of those other features are removed, and I think it will be quite fun to play. The new DLC weapons in multiplayer have been added into Blackout, allowing you to use them even if you haven't actually unlocked them. So that would be the Rampage fully auto shotgun, the Switchblade submachine gun, as well as the Cap 45 machine pistol. Another really interesting addition to Blackout this week is the addition of operator weapons as well as the purifier. So now in supply drops and supply caches, I believe, you can actually find operator weapons from multiplayer within Blackout. And basically, operator mods are kind of these things in multiplayer where they give big bonuses to your weapons. And with these operator mods in Blackout, you cannot actually remove the operator mod itself from the weapon, so you will be stuck with it if you find it, and you will have to drop it if you don't want to have the operator mod attached. And one way to identify whether you've got an operator weapon is that it will glow purple when on the ground in the game. And as for a few smaller but welcome changes in Blackout, you can now inspect your weapon in game by pressing left on the D-pad, which is quite nice. And also they have introduced a new stats panel for limited time modes, which I'm not going to complain about seeing more stats in the game. And finally, there are a few temporary changes which are only going to be available in Blackout during the Shamrock event. You can find these pot of gold stashes around the map which will contain a bunch of loot. There are also these homunculus leprechaun hordes, which sounds pretty ridiculous, and also you can find these mystery boxes at the end of rainbows as well, which does sound quite a bit of fun. Moving on to multiplayer, there were quite a lot of changes in this update, but most of them were bug fixes, which I won't cover in this video because that would drag it out for too long. But there were two big updates, I would say. The first one is the new map called Contraband Hurricane, and it's basically a redesign of the map Contraband with like storm effects going on, which is quite nice, similarly to what we saw with Firing Range Night recently. And the other big change was a new game mode called Stockpile, which was added into the game. I believe this is very similar to Fracture from Black Ops 3, where basically it's a mix of kill confirmed and hardpoint, because you kill people, you get these items from them, and then you have to deposit them in a certain area. But I believe in Black Ops 4 it has a slight twist for the new Shamrock event. And finally, for zombies, there weren't a ton of updates for zombies in this patch, but there were quite a few nice ones. There were some fixes made to host migration, which allows the game to continue if the current host drops out mid-game, which is quite a nice change, but it's kind of the thing you would expect to have at launch. A new zombies gauntlet has been added called Helcatraz, which is for the Blood of the Dead map, where basically you will have certain challenges to complete every single round for 30 rounds on Blood of the Dead. So that should be quite a bit of fun to try. And finally, there was a new like mini Easter egg added to zombies, which is basically like a leprechaun homunculus, and I've heard this Easter egg is pretty simple to do. If you guys would like to see a guide for it, I'll leave a link in the description, because I believe another YouTuber called Glitch has already covered it, and it is a very short video, so you should check it out. But there we have it, they were the big changes which were made with the patch 1.14 update for Black Ops 4 yesterday. Let me know what you think of these changes down in the comments below, and if you guys found this video useful, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Black Ops 4, but I'll see you guys in another video.